This ebook is brought to you by myoriginalproducts.com. Need to lose 10 pounds quick? Copyright 2005 TommyMarketing.com. There was a time in this world when the need to lose weight was completely unheard of. People ate well, but they worked well too. They woke up early in the morning and then engaged in a whole day's work. This work was mostly physical labor. People worked on fields digging, sowing, harvesting. They tilled their soil, rode horses, worked on farms and ranches. The result was that they could afford to eat almost anything they wanted in whatever quantities they wanted. But that was ages ago. The world has changed so much since those days. Lifestyles have changed so much and the comforts and facilities have increased so much. But every rose has its thorn. As a result of all these comforts and amenities, the state of physical well-being has really changed. Most of us have sedentary jobs that demand little or no exercise at all. To put it simply, things have become so damn easy. And just as can be expected, weight gain has become a major concern for almost every city dweller. During the period of thoughtless youth, it is not such a major concern. The young practically eat nothing and so weight problems do not bother them so much. But as soon as you turn 20, you start showing signs of weight gain, and that too in all the wrong places. It's not about the hourglass figure or the perfectly sculpted and toned body. It is more about staying fit and remaining healthy to ensure a long, disease-free life. 75 of the easiest and quickest ways to lose 10 pounds over and over again. Everybody knows that those extra pounds spell illness. All over the world people are switching to a healthier lifestyle, and the catch line is indeed weight loss. This book is dedicated solely to the cause of losing weight, and that too in the most surprising ways you ever heard of. There is only one thing that you have to bear in mind. Weight loss does not happen by itself. There are only two ways to accomplish it. The first is by watching what you eat, and the second is by seeing to it that your body gets the exercise that it needs. As you go through the following pages, my hope is that you're continually amazed by all the everyday things you can be doing to lose 10 pounds or more. Your ad all over the internet. How would you like to have your ad distributed by thousands of webmasters and thousands of design publishers in your market? This is an advertiser's dream come true. Click here for more information. Eating tips 1. Drink plenty of water. Your body needs a lot of water, so give in to water. Water is not just a way to flush out toxin, but if you have more water in your body you will generally feel healthier and fitter. This itself will discourage any tendency to gorge. The best thing about water is that it has no calories at all. 2. Stay away from sweetened bottled drinks, especially sodas. Hey, all those colas and fizzy drinks are sweetened with sugar, and sugar means calories. The more you can cut out on these sweetened bottled drinks, the better for you. So if you must drink sodas, then stick to diet sodas. 3. Eat fresh fruit instead of drinking fruit juice. Juice is often sweetened, but fresh fruits have natural sugars. When you eat fruit, you are taking in a lot of fiber, which is needed by the body, and fruits of course are an excellent source of vitamins. 4. Start your day with a glass of water. As soon as you wake up, gulp down a glass of cool water. It's a wonderful way to start your day, and you only need a lesser quantity of your breakfast drink after that. A glass of water lets out all your digestive juices and sort of lubricates the insides of your body. You may have your morning cup of tea, but have it after a glass of water. It is good for you. 5. Include in your diet things that contain more water, like tomatoes and watermelons. These things contain 90 to 95% water, so that there is nothing that you have to lose by feasting on them. They fill you up without adding to the pounds. 6. Choose fresh fruit to processed fruits. Processed and canned fruits do not have as much fiber as fresh fruit, and processed and canned fruits are nearly always sweetened. 7. Increase your fiber intake. Like I mentioned, the body needs a lot of fiber. So try to include in your diet as many fruits and vegetables as you can. 8. Drink a glass of water before you start the meal. Water naturally needs some space so that you feel fuller without actually having to stuff yourself. Have another glass of water while you're having the meal. Again, this is another way of making yourself full so that you can actually rise from the table eating less but feeling full just the same. Instead of drinking it one gulp, take sips after each morsel. It will help the food to settle faster so that you get that feeling that you are full faster. 9. Go crazy on vegetables. Vegetables are your best bet when it comes to losing pounds. Nature has a terrific spread when it comes to choosing vegetables. And the leafy green vegetables are your best bet. Try to include a salad in your diet always. 10. Eat intelligently. The difference between man and beast is that we are driven by intelligence while beasts are driven by instinct. Don't just eat something because you feel like eating it. Ask yourself whether your body really needs it. 11. Watch what you eat. Keep a watchful eye on everything that goes in. Sometimes the garnishes can be richer than the food itself. Accompaniments too can be very rich. 12. Quit snacking in between meals. Do not fall for snacks in between meals. This is especially true for those who have to travel a lot. They feel that the only time they can get a bite to eat is snacks and junk food. The main problem with most snacks and junk food is that they are usually less filling and contain a lot of fat and calories. Just think about French fries. Tempting but terribly fattening. 13. Try to stick to black tea/coffee. Black tea or coffee can actually be good for you. But personally I would like to recommend tea rather than coffee. The caffeine in the coffee is not really good for you because it is an alkaloid and can affect other functions of your body like the metabolism. 14. Stay away from fried things. Fried things are an absolute no-no. The more fried things that you avoid, the lesser weight you will gain. Fried things are called so because they are fried in oil or fat. And even if the external oil is drained away, there is still a lot of hidden oil in it, so stay away from it. 15. Make chocolates a luxury and not a routine. Chocolates are not, or at least they should not be, a part of your diet. So do not indulge too much in them. Even the bitter chocolates are not good for you because though the sugar is less, there is still the cream in them. 16. 50 to 55% of your diet should be carbohydrates. It is a myth that you should try and avoid carbohydrates when you are on a diet. Rather the other way round, I should say. Carbohydrates are a ready source of energy, and so 50 to 55% of your diet should be carbohydrates. 25 to 30% of your diet should be proteins. Various processes and activities are going on in our bodies. Things are broken down and being built up again. Resistance has to be built up, recovery from disease too is needed, and for all this the body needs plenty of protein, so see to it that 25 to 30% of your diet consists of proteins. Fats should only be 15 to 20%. You need only this much of fat in your diet, so keep it at that. 17. Do not skip meals. The worst things you can do while watching your diet is skip a meal. It has just the opposite effect of what you want. You need to have at least 4 regular meals every day. Your ad all over the internet. How would you like to have your ad distributed by thousands of webmasters and thousands of design publishers in your market? This is an advertiser's dream come true. Click here for more information. 18. Try and adopt the vegetarian diet. A vegetarian diet is undoubtedly better for those of us watching our diet. There are a lot of advantages of keeping to a vegetarian diet, but I don't want to sing an ode to vegetarianism now. What I would suggest is keep to a vegetarian diet as much as you can. Make a non-vegetarian diet a weekend event or something if you find it impossible to give up eating all those animals. 19. Try to have breakfast within 1 hour of waking. It's always best to have breakfast within an hour of waking so that your body can charge itself with the energy it needs for the day. The idea is not to wait for yourself to get really hungry. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day, but that does not mean that it should be the most filling meal of the day. 20. Control that sweet tooth. Remember that sweet things generally mean more calories. It is natural that we have cravings for sweet things, especially chocolates and other confectionery. Go easy on these things, and each time you consume something sweet, understand that it is going to add on somewhere. 21. Fresh vegetables are better than cooked or canned vegetables. Try to eat your vegetables raw. When you cook them, you are in fact taking away nearly half the vitamins in them. And canned vegetables too are processed and are not nearly half as good as fresh vegetables. When you buy your vegetables, it would be a good thing to see if the label says that it is pesticide-free. 22. Choose a variety of foods from all food groups every day. Change the items included in your diet every day. This is an excellent way of keeping deficiency diseases at bay. 23. Reduce your intake of pork. Pork is not something that can help you to lose weight. So the lesser pork you eat, the better chances you have of losing weight. And remember that pork includes the pork products as well, things like bacon, ham and sausages. 24. Graze 5 to 6 times a day. Instead of sticking to just 3 meals a day, try grazing. Grazing means try having 5 or 6 smaller meals instead of 3 king-sized meals. It is an excellent way of having smaller quantities of food. 25. Go ahead, eat cheat food, but only for flavor. There are many things which you have to avoid from your diet but which you may have an undying craving for. Do not avoid them altogether. You could call them cheat foods and indulge in them once in a while. But take care just to tingle your taste buds, don't hag on them. Instead of that, share them with others. 26. Fix times to have meals and stick to it. Try to have food at fixed times of the day. You can stretch these times by half an hour, but anything more than that is going to affect your eating pattern. The result will either be a loss of appetite or that famished feeling which will make you stuff yourself with more than what is required the next time you eat. 27. Eat only when you're hungry. Some of us have the tendency to eat whenever we see food. We use parties as an excuse to stuff ourselves. Understand that the effect of a whole week of dieting can be wasted by just one day's party food. Whenever you are offered something to eat, do not decline it completely, but just break of a nibble so that you appear to mind your manners and at the same time can watch your diet. 28. Snack on vegetables if you must. You might get the pangs of hunger in between meals. It is something that you can very well control. Or even better, try munching on carrots. They are an excellent way to satisfy those hungry pangs and are good for your eyes and teeth. 29. Nothing more than an egg a day. Eggs are not such a bright idea. It would be best to reduce your intake of eggs to maybe 3 in a week. But for those of you die-hard egg fans, you may have up to 1 egg a day, but nothing more than that. 30. If you can say no to alcoholic beverages, please do. Alcoholic beverages, too, are not good for you. Beer can be fattening and the rest of the alcoholic drinks may not be fattening by themselves, but after a couple of swigs you will be in no position to watch your diet and your appetite too will be something to battle with. 31. Choose white meat rather than red. White meat, which includes fish and fowl, is miles better than red meat, which includes beef and pork for those trying to lose weight. 32. Limit your sugar intake. If you can't have things unsweetened, go for sugar substitutes. These things are just as sweetening but are certainly not fattening. 33. Watch your fat intake. Each fat gram contains 9 calories, so by reading the total calories on a food and knowing the quantity of fat, you can estimate the percent of fat, which should in no way exceed 30% of the food. 34. Boil your vegetables instead of cooking them, or even better, eat them fresh. However, if you do not like eating your vegetables as it is, try steaming them without adding anything at all. This is probably the healthiest way to eat cabbages, cauliflowers and a host of other vegetables. 35. Dry wine is better than sweet wine. Sweet wines naturally contain a lot of sugar. But on the other hand, in dry wines most of this sugar has been fermented away, so from the weight point of view dry wines are better than sweet wines. 36. Develop a habit of chewing all food including liquid food and soft foods like sweets, ice creams at least 8 to 12 times. This is essential to add saliva to the food, as it is only in the saliva that sugar is digested. 37. Choose low-fat substitutes or no-fat substitutes. There are plenty of low-fat or even no-fat substitutes available in the market, so why not choose wisely? 38. Use a non-stick frying pan for your cooking so that you do not have to add oil. The golden rule is to try and avoid as much oil as possible, and a non-stick pan is the perfect solution to this problem. Your ad all over the internet. How would you like to have your ad distributed by thousands of webmasters and thousands of design publishers in your market? This is an advertiser's dream come true. Click here for more information. Exercise tips 1. Be sure to burn out those extra calories by the end of the week. If you feel that you have consumed more calories than you should have during the week, it happens, you know, and then make sure that you work off those extra calories by the end of the week. 2. Use the stairs instead of the elevator whenever you can. Elevators are a great convenience, particularly if you have to go up or down some 20 floors. But elevators also make us very lazy. 3. If you hate running, remember, you do not have to run a marathon to stay fit. 10 minutes of cardio each day is good enough for most. 4. Do not slouch in your chair but try to maintain an erect posture with your tummy tucked in. Slouching is a very bad habit. Not only is it bad for your back, but it also gives you a very flabby figure. 5. I understand that most of us tend to put on weight, particularly in the midsection, right? It is the tummy that seems to have a mind of its own. Well, I will tell you a sure-shot method to reduce the flab around the waistline. Mind you, this doesn't hold true for post-pregnancy tummies. This is what you have to do. Breathe in air as strongly as you can, and as you do so, tuck in your tummy as much as you can. Hold it like this for a few seconds and then slowly release your breath, taking care not to let out your tummy. Try to keep breathing like this at least 50 or 60 times in a day. In fact, breathe like this whenever you can remember to do so. After the first day, you should feel the muscles of your stomach tightening each time you do this. Then you know that you are on the right track. If you practice this without fail for 20 days, at the end of the 20th day, you will have lost at least an inch. 6. While traveling in an elevator, instead of just standing there and staring stupidly at the numbers going up or down, try raising yourself onto your toes and then back on your feet again. Do this several times. Also try flexing your buttock muscles as well. In fact, there are many muscles in our body that we can't twitch and flex without inviting the attention of others. 7. Any workout should start with a 5 to 10 minute warm-up and should end with a 5 to 10 minute cool-down session. Whatever physical exercise you are involved in, you must remember to warm up before the exercise really starts. 8. Do not carry your mobile phone around but leave it a place where you can hear it ringing. In this way you make sure that you at least get up and walk towards it. 9. Join a dance class. Dancing is a wonderful way to burn off those extra calories. It is true. When you dance you are in fact burning away a lot of calories. Of course we are not referring to the slow ballroom kind of dances in which one person actually leans on the other one for support. We are talking about fast dances. 10. If there is a pool nearby, go for swims as often as you can. Swimming is one of the best exercises. Water has a lot of advantages. And if nothing else, a cool dip in a pool is a wonderful stress reliever. 11. Do things like fetching, turning things off and on by yourself. Often when we come back tired from work, we tend to get others to do simple chores for us. These things are no big deal. They are things that we can very well do for ourselves, but we don't. That is why we often ask our kids to fetch us this or take away that. 12. Don't stand, walk. If you can walk about, then do so. Do not stand in a fixed position. Pacing about is a good thing to do. If you are thinking deeply about something, try pacing about. It will aid in your thinking. Don't sit, stand. If you can stand, then do not sit. The golden rule is to choose a position that is less comfortable. Don't lie down, sit. The rule that we mentioned above rings true here as well. 13. If you want to increase your time of exercise or your workout routine, do it gradually and not in sudden steps. Well, easier said than done. Most of us have such hectic schedules that it is quite impossible to fit in time for exercise, right? Wrong. I want to say it once and for all, your body, or anybody's body for that matter, needs proper exercise. If you make up your mind to do it, you can. 14. Try to collect some information about exercise. There are a lot of things that you can do at home. Extensive research has been done on exercise and plenty of this information is easily available. You can try browsing the net or getting a book or two on how to exercise at home. This information will be useful to you to know how much you need to work out on each specific exercise in order to burn off the desired number of calories. 15. You can take a day off from exercise every week. This is not just a very good idea, but it is part of the exercise routine. Your body needs a day off from an exercise routine, so do not hesitate to take a day off from whatever you have been doing. 16. When you decide it's time to start working out, start slowly and don't get discouraged if you don't achieve your fitness goals after the first week. Many people make this mistake. They feel that if they really push their bodies they can lose more weight in a couple of workouts. This is a very serious thing in fact. If you try to push your body too much in the first few goes, you are likely to end up with sprained joints, a sore back and even torn ligaments. The rule to be followed here is slow and steady wins the race. 17. Exercise outdoors as much as possible. There are two advantages of doing whatever you are doing outside. One advantage is that it gives your body a chance to get a lot of the much-needed fresh air and sunshine. The second advantage is that the surroundings keep you perked up and it is a break from remaining cooped up all day long. 18. Stop when your body has had enough. There is no sense in pushing it. When you have worked out for a considerable time, your body will start giving you signals. Heed those signals. This is particularly true in the initial stages. Take one step at a time. Stop when you are out of breath or when a certain part of your body tells you that it has had enough. Your ad all over the internet. How would you like to have your ad distributed by thousands of webmasters and thousands of design publishers in your market? This is an advertiser's dream come true. Click here for more information. 19. Do not be a couch potato. It is the easiest thing in the world to become a couch potato. You know what we are talking about, don't you? That Shape-Pulse thing that sits or reclines on a Shape-Pulse chair in front of the television and stupidly munches away at something fried. If you are inclined to become a promising old couch potato, break the habit, cut at the very root of the vine. And you want to know what is the best way for that? Take away that favorite chair of yours. In fact, it would be a very good idea if you could keep a chair that isn't too comfortable in front of the TV. This will discourage any tendency to become a couch potato. 20. If you have a sitting job, stand up and stretch yourself every half an hour. Most of the jobs today are indeed sitting jobs that are in one word sedentary. This is especially true for those who sit and punch away at the keyboard or toy with the mouse all day long. 21. Smoking is bad for weight loss. Smoking as such may not contribute to weight loss, but smoking leads to other conditions like erratic eating habits and excessive dependence on things like coffee. 22. Any distance is walkable if you have the time. Consider walking to places that you would normally drive, such as work or the market if they're not too far away. It may take you longer, but their health benefits will last you a lifetime. 23. It sounds strange, but some people have reported that they lost more weight when they drank black coffee before a workout. While there's no hard data to support this, nutritionists speculate that the caffeine in coffee makes the body rely more on fat for fuel during the workout. It's worth trying. 24. During commercial breaks, walk about. If you want to sit all evening with your eyes glued to the tube, then do so. But at least spare your eyes the agony of a commercial break. When the next commercial flashes on screen, instead of surfing, get up and take a walk. Reach over and try to touch your toes or do any such simple exercise that will at least get the blood flowing in your veins. 25. Turn on music and dance like wild. Let your hair down once in a while. Go back to the days of wild childhood. Close the door of your room, turn on your sound system to the highest volume possible, but a little lower than the level at which your neighbors start to complain, and then do the wackiest dance that you can think of. Jump on your bed and jump off it again. Roll all over the floor. Pretend that you are Michael Jackson or Madonna, you will never see them keeping still, and do every boogie move that you know. 26. Get down at a block before your destination and walk the rest of the way. You might not have time to fit in long walks in your busy schedule, so this is one way of ensuring that you at least get to walk for a little bit every day. If you take the bus or the subway, get down at an earlier station and see if you can walk the rest of the way. If you drive to work, see if you can get space in a parking lot that is a little away from your office. 27. When nobody is watching, try doing pelvic gyrations. If you take a moment to observe it, you will see that it is the midsection of our body that gets the least bit of exercise, and that is probably why the signs of weight gain are mostly seen there. It is the same reason why we find it very difficult to lose weight in that section. So the best thing that you can do is consciously try to give that part a little bit of exercise. Stomach crunches might be too strenuous an exercise to start off with, but gyrations are relatively mild. Pelvic gyrations make you thrust your midsection towards all directions, and this is the best way of tightening every muscle in that midsection, and that is of course what weight loss is all about. 28. Try yoga. Yoga is one of the best ways of losing weight. Of course, I can't go into a full lecture about yoga, but I can tell you that I have never seen people with better toned bodies than those who practice yoga. One of the benefits of yoga is that you learn to control virtually every muscle and joint of your body, so that the issue of weight gain will cease to exist. 29. Instead of waddling up and down the staircase, try taking them two at a time. Now this is something that you have to be careful about because we do not want you to trip. So when you do this, make sure that your feet are well and truly planted on each step before you increase the beat, and try two at a time. 30. If you have a dog, take it for a run and let the dog lead you on. You will be surprised as to how much exercise a dog can give you. 31. Whenever you can, lean against the wall with your hands flattened against the wall and in such a way that your face is very close to the wall. Then use your hands to push your body away from the wall. Do this 2 or 3 times at a stretch. 32. Tuck in your tummy whenever you walk. Get that proper gait. And the best way for that is to tuck in your tummy and inflate your chest. Do not let your tummy hang above your belt line like some unruly layer of flesh. Bring it under the belt. Each time you tuck in your tummy, you will feel the pressure on the muscles of your stomach. This tightening and loosening of these muscles is even better than stomach crunches. 33. While making telephone calls, try walking up and down. 34. Select an exercise pattern to suit your lifestyle. All of us have different lifestyles and professions, so there is no sense in trying to follow the book strictly. Try and follow an exercise routine that is suitable for you. You have to understand that even more important than the exercise itself is sticking to it. So unless you choose something that can suit your lifestyle, you are not going to stick onto it. 35. Try to get somebody to exercise along with you. But it should be somebody committed, or else your interest might dwindle. This is indeed an excellent idea. One of the advantages of getting a committed person to exercise with you is that it keeps you going. 36. When you do notice a change, reward yourself. When I say reward, I do not mean go for some goodies like chocolates or sweets. Maybe you could go for a movie or buy yourself something like a new dress or a trinket. This is something that can keep you going. It is a good idea to save on the money that you wanted to spend on ice creams and chocolate and then treat yourself to something more substantial. 37. Check your weight before you start the routine and keep checking for changes, but do not expect a radical change immediately. It might be 1 or 2 weeks before you notice some change. However, it is crucial that you continue to monitor your weight. You may bear in mind the fact that even a few pounds loss is a big achievement. Here's one last extra tip. Below I have included a table of the various exercises and the number of calories that can be burned with each exercise. Choose what you can do best and choose something that you will enjoy doing on the long run as well. The choice of the exercise is completely left to you, but try to do whatever you wish to do for at least 20 minutes. It is only after you do the exercise for 20 minutes that the actual calorie burning sets in. Aerobics bicycling, stationary bicycling, actual running, 5 to 6 miles per hour, stair climber, swimming laps, walking briskly. 200-250 calories, 250-300 calories, 300-400 calories, 300-350 calories, 200-250 calories, 350 calories, 150-180 calories. From this you can see for yourself that walking is not at all something that has to be sidelined. If you really find your days to be too full to fit in any other form of exercise, then walking is your best bet. Walk as much as you can. Try getting to places and leaving places a little early. This will give you time to walk. Well, I guess that's about it. The ball is now in your courts. Oh, what are you waiting for? Get rid of those extra calories and pounds as early as you can and try to enjoy life the best you can without inviting all those terrible diseases that come with a few extra pounds. Your ad all over the internet. How would you like to have your ad distributed by thousands of webmasters and thousands of design publishers in your market? This is an advertiser's dream come true. Click here for more information.